All right, guys, I feel like I'm a seasoned veteran a little bit with throwing a buzzbait. I've thrown it for 30 plus years. I love it. It's one of my favorite baits. Freedom's got a great one. I'm gonna give you a few tips here in order to maybe have some options for the newcomers of the buzzbait fishing. You can see here, we took Freedom right out of the package and put a Zoom Z swim on there. You don't even have to put a trailer on there like this swim bait. But there's lots of options, and I want to bring it to your attention, you know. A couple of different ways I love to throw it is with a Z swim or a Zoom Horny Toad, you know. That's become really popular the last several years, you know. And the way I kind of decide between the two is this. For one, the size fish that I'm trying to target. Earlier in the spring, I like to throw the swim bait a lot more. There's a lot of fry around. There's a lot of fish up shallow, bluegill. Everything's kind of trying to spawn, so when it starts coming in, I like that really a lot better too in ultra gin clear water. And then if I'm around stuff that has more off-colored water, I'm targeting larger fish. It's later in the year, the fish are eating bigger baits. You know, I'm gonna go with that Zoom Horny Toad. Someplace where I can really skip it good. If I'm around boat docks, it skips awesome, you know. And so that's just a great way. And then to kind of finalize it, if it gets really picky and really finicky, I'll drop down and just put a Zoom fluke right on there, screw it up on there. It has no action at all. You know, it's just something that's really, really subtle in high pressure situations, or to where fish have just kind of seen everything. If you're getting a lot of swirls behind your bait, under your bait, to fish that you are catching, they're not eating it very good, that's when you know you need to make a change, you know. There's nothing wrong with throwing it right out of the package with the skirt only. But this is gonna give you some options, you know, to have in your arsenal now in order to have it a little bit better, maybe to help make those adjustments quicker to catch more fish. So give that a try, check it all out. Think outside the box a little bit and put that on there and see if you don't get you any better bites or hookups for that day. All right, you know, braid comes out looking all different kinds of colors. You know, this is Sunline Stutter braid. It's awesome braid, super tough. But they fade a lot, you know, especially when you're casting this distance here. It's going through your guides, your line, ever cast. It just kind of fades a little bit. The line's not getting weak, the color just come out of it. So what I like to do, this is just a king size Sharpie. And I've taken a razor blade knife and I cut a slit like this right down the center. And what that'll do is go right in there just like that. You can see it. And then when you put that up there, it's gonna color that line back, and you can see there from right here down how much darker that is, and from right here up how much lighter that is. Is a fish looking at that? I don't know. I want to make sure that I have everything in my advantage to get as many bites as I can. So I carry that with it. I feel a lot more comfortable when I've got that line kind of camouflaged back. You can carry it right there in your boat. Pretty simple deal, easy trick to put braid back to more of a natural color when it just kind of gets the color run out of it. You know, buzzbait fishing can be overwhelming. There's tons of colors, colors of blades, colors of skirts, you know, everything. You know, and you can see here in my color selection of Zoom Horny Toads, you know, I keep several around. And the reason I do that is because on any given day, you know, it takes a different color sometimes to get that fish to commit. You know, when the bite's really good, they probably bite anything, you know. But when it's not and you're kind of trying to finesse them to eat it a little bit more, or just try and find the perfect color to get every fish to commit, you know, the way I kind of do it is I go off the cloud cover, how much light we got first. You know, this morning when we started, it was really dark, you know, and I went with a chartreuse color. You know, I was trying to get that. I'll either start with chartreuse or black. As the day comes on, you can see here it's lightening up some. I'm gonna go to more of a gray ghost or a white, you know, and then a lot of times if I get in around a brim bed situation, someplace where there's a lot of perch, they're feeding on them, you know, I'm gonna go to a watermelon, a green pumpkin, you know, something that stands out to where it's more of a perch imitator, like one struggling on the top. And then to kind of finalize it off, you know, I got a few weird colors, you know, I've got some bright ones, you know, I've got some that have some tail legs on them. You know, I'm gonna throw those in situations where the water's pretty dirty, you know, and the fish aren't gonna see it till the last minute. They'll come in on that blade and they'll see a little flash and they'll see that noise. But when they get there, I want them to see that bright bait, the very last thing they think of before they go ahead and commit to eat the bait. So that's kind of how I go through choosing the color, you know, but there's no wrong way to do it. And that's just kind of a guideline. Don't feel like that's how it has to be all the time, but see if changing a few colors won't get you a few more bites.